Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news. 10 years of silent longing. A single question that shatters everything. Mr. Gu, who is she? 3 words, and a decade of hidden feelings explodes into chaos. In the whirlwind of youth, obsession, and heartbreak, nothing feels safe, nothing predictable, and every glance hides a storm. Fans have been waiting for this moment, and now it's here. Hae-in and Wang Kaimu reunite in their highly anticipated new short drama Back Then, I Loved You, premiering on October 4th from the first frame. The series throws viewers into a world where time and emotions collide. A diary opens like a Pandora's box, exposing the raw undercurrents of love-turned-obsession, where the line between devotion and despair blurs. Hae-in, with her signature intensity, embodies a heart torn between longing and betrayal, while Wang Kaimu brings a magnetic, almost dangerous charm to a character caught between past promises and present desires. Every scene pulses with tension, each stolen glance a silent scream, each word a weapon sharper than any blade. This is not just a love story, it's a carefully crafted collision of heartbreak and passion, where the trope of the stand-in lover meets the ruthless intensity of youth. The series doesn't ease its audience, it pushes them to the edge, forcing them to confront the messy, exhilarating, and sometimes brutal realities of unrequited love. Social media is already ablaze with speculation, fan theories, and fervent anticipation, as viewers brace themselves for a roller coaster of emotion that promises to redefine the short drama landscape this October. And as the premiere approaches, one question haunts every heart: when a decade of hidden affection finally erupts, can anyone survive the intensity of a love that was always meant to be both salvation and destruction? Adolescent crushes hidden in MP3 playlists. Unsigned confessions tucked away in dusty diaries. Kim Zhai's unspoken love was a solitary performance, a private symphony of longing that no one ever witnessed, until she stepped into the shadow of her white moonlight, becoming Yang Dao Kaoing Gu Yashin's eyes. The original text did not spare her. What are you pretending for? You moved into my house just to let me sleep with you, a line that crushed the dignity of any admirer into dust. The humiliation was sharp, cutting, and unforgettable, and it set the stage for a story of love and revenge tangled with obsession, desire, and the cruel aesthetics of unrequited longing. Wang Kaimu's portrayal of Gu Yashin adds a layer of dangerous magnetism to the narrative. On the surface, he is charming, composed, and teasingly indifferent, the kind of character who makes hearts flutter and palms sweat. But beneath the veneer lies a carefully concealed blade. His affection is laced with subtle cruelty, a constant push and pull that leaves Kim Zhai and the audience perpetually off balance. It's a love story wrapped in contradictions, sweetness hiding venom, tenderness carrying a sting, a game of hearts where every smile may conceal a dagger. Every scene is a mysterious intention. A single glance becomes loaded with history, a fleeting touch carries the weight of years of unspoken words. The diary entries that once whispered secrets now serve as a mirror, reflecting the humiliation, the longing, and the twisted beauty of Kim Zhai's experience. Audiences feel every heartbeat, every tremor of fear, every pang of desire. Social media is already alight with reactions, clips dissected frame by frame, dialogues quoted endlessly, theories spun about what will happen next. Fans are enthralled by the sugar-coated knives of romance, the delicate interplay of pleasure and pain, sweetness and cruelty, in a narrative that refuses to be ordinary. This isn't a story for the faint of heart. The dark undertones of obsession, the intricacies of revenge, and the messy, unpredictable rhythms of desire create a drama that shocks, seduces, and mesmerizes in equal measure. It's a cruelly beautiful dance of emotions, a narrative that forces the viewer to examine the duality of love, how it can heal, but also wound, how longing can inspire, but also destroy. And as the episodes unfold, one truth becomes chillingly clear: in the world of secret desires and concealed daggers, no one emerges unchanged, and the heart that once whispered quietly may one day scream in ways it never imagined, leaving audiences wondering if the sweetness was ever real, or if the blade was hidden there all along. In a sharp suit, he is the embodiment of the ice-cold CEO archetype, commanding, composed, untouchable. Beneath the school uniform, however, lies a different side, a young man whose heart flutters with the tremors of first love, whose glances carry the awkward intensity of adolescence. One actor, two worlds, and the audience feels every fracture, every duality, every beat of tension as seamlessly as if it were their own heartbeat. His eyes alone switch between the calculated distance of a powerful executive and the raw vulnerability of a boy, leaving viewers mesmerized, unsettled, and utterly captivated. Opposite him, Hae-in brings a sweetness that is never saccharine, a charm that refuses to be diluted. Her rounded apricot eyes brim with shattered dreams and quiet pain, yet her plump lips betray a stubborn determination, a refusal to be subdued by circumstance. She transforms Zhai into the living embodiment of beautifully strong yet tragically flawed, while Liang Daocao's fiery, flamboyant personality erupts on screen in every frame. In leaked behind-the-scenes photos, a single raised eyebrow is enough to define boundaries, assert power, and ignite sparks that leap from the screen to the audience's imagination. Fans gush online. It's like the entire essence of Jinjiang's stand-in romance novels has been etched onto their faces. The chemistry between these two is rare, almost alchemical. The pairing of a versatile, commanding male lead and a sweet, resilient female lead creates a tension that is both electric and intoxicating. Scenes of quiet longing, subtle teasing, and barely contained frustration are executed with such precision that viewers feel the pull of every smile, the sting of every frown, and the charged weight of every glance. In this universe, romance is not about cliches, it is about layered emotion, psychological tug-of-war, and the exquisite pain of watching love manifest in its most complicated, real, and heart-stopping forms. This is a drama where appearances deceive, where every gesture carries hidden meaning, and where love itself feels like both a refuge and a weapon. The dualities of power and vulnerability, of sweetness and cruelty, of restraint and explosion, converge in a narrative that is as gripping as it is beautiful. Every frame is a careful construction, every expression a declaration, and every glance a battlefield for hearts and egos alike. And as the story unfolds, one certainty becomes impossible to ignore. In a world where love can wound as deeply as it heals, and where every smile may conceal a dagger, missing even a single scene would be like stepping away from a storm-eyed surge, leaving audiences forever haunted by the brilliance, intensity, and intoxicating tension that this pair commands. What makes Wang Kaimu's performance so utterly mesmerizing is the explosive duality he brings to the screen. Towering at 185 centimeters, he effortlessly carries the commanding presence of a CEO, every line and gesture reinforcing the archetype of power and authority. Yet beneath the crisp school uniform sleeves, rolled just enough to reveal the subtle flutter of youth, lies the faint tremor of adolescence, an honesty and vulnerability that contrasts perfectly with his otherwise icy demeanor. Fans online have dubbed the Zora the walking clothes rack, a description both humorous and strangely apt, capturing his slender elegance and restrained intensity. And when Hae-in's delicate fingers tease his tie, those fleeting moments, his ears reddening in behind-the-scenes footage, send viewers into a frenzy, with fans joking that their chemistry is so synchronized, it must be stealing the beats of their hearts. But the drama's true secret weapon is its nostalgic, 90s-inspired aesthetic. Faded diaries, worn school badges, and carefully curated props transport viewers directly to the innocent, heady summers of 2003. In these recreated moments, Hae-in's ponytail bounces as she sprints across a rubberized track, while Wang Kaimu pushes a vintage bicycle along the sunlit courtyard. Each frame awakens a collective memory for millennials, evoking the tender ache of first love and the bittersweet thrill of adolescent longing. Shot over a lightning-fast 12-day schedule, the series achieves a cinematic quality rarely seen in short dramas, with soft, glowing filters that turn every glance into an intimate confession, every shadowed corner into a theater of hidden emotion. Zhai's stolen glances at Gu Yixing become almost sacred, capturing the trembling heartbeats that only those familiar with secret love can truly understand. In a market oversaturated with industrially sweet, formulaic romances, this pair carves a different path, a fish effect that disrupts the competition entirely. Their approach is deliberate, raw, and irresistibly precise. Hae-in, with her versatile charm, redefines the sweet girl archetype. She is sugar-laced with steel, each smile, each pout, delivering a thrill with a subtle sting. Wang Kaimu's attention to nuanced detail keeps a CEO character from slipping into cliches of arrogance or cheesiness, making him compelling, relatable, and undeniably magnetic. Together, they transform the Yiying into a living, breathing exploration of the aesthetics of unspoken love, the clandestine, often painful reality of yearning that never conforms to fairy tales, because real secret love is never innocent or effortless. It is the courage of a solitary heart, carrying a torch through darkness for a decade, hoping it might someday illuminate the object of their affection. Every diary page, every flicker of nostalgia, every careful touch and glance becomes a testament to that enduring bravery the teaser alone promises. An emotional crescendo, Gu Yixing clutches the yellowed diary, ink smudged by his tears, whispering in a voice thick with memory and longing, "Zhai, it turns out, that summer's cicadas. I was the first to hear your heartbeat, And just like that, the audience realizes they are about to witness a love story that is not sweet because it is easy, but because it survived 10 years of silence, longing, and quiet heroism, leaving hearts trembling before the first episode even airs. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.